Hello. This is mostly. There was a comment a couple days ago on the My Hero video. Well, actually, it was One Piece and My Hero.
Yeah.
And I'll just say it, as if you're fans, you're here, you'll know what I'm talking about here. In both of those videos, we bring up weird topics. In One Piece, I was talking about a story where one of my friends, his parents would just fuck in front of him, basically, like on the couch, and I was basically just talking about how bad his parents were. And then the other video, we found a weird hentai and we were making fun of it, which involved like little Deku, and it was creepy, and we were making fun of how creepy it was, right? So this guy, was like, oh, this channel's going down so downhill, and oh, you're just talking about these weird things, yada yada. And I basically just wanted to, and David wanted to do this too, and basically I wanted to clarify a couple things. One being my stance on dark humor and where I fall on that. Two, stance on censorship in general. And three, the fact that what separates us from other YouTubers is that when we first started this, we wanted to be the YouTubers that didn't worry about that kind of stuff, right? So like demonetization, all that stuff's happening. Oh my god, you can't get ads if you say fuck. I say, fuck it, let's go all the way out to the other direction and literally go as dark as we want to. Let's be ourselves. Because I think people will appreciate that. And I think people do. I think now, if people want to see... I wanted to be the manga review channel that, like, you came to where it's like, oh, you have your chibi reviews or your Forever Worlds. They're just going to sit there and talk about the chapter. I wanted to be the channel that was like, oh, you're going to come there and, it's a One Piece review and they might start talking about Chopper's sex life and how that goes. That is us. And that will always be us. When we're at 100K, 200K, if we ever get there, that's going to still be us. So that's thing number one. David, I'll let you take an intermittent comment if you want, so I'm not just talking.
All right. So this commenter obviously don't
attack
him,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the comment you can find is pretty much near the top of the One Piece chapter 941.
Yeah, I want to make it very clear. Do not fight this person. Do not antagonize.
Do not dox. Do not do anything.
We don't want to fucking start a thing. This is mostly just... We wanted to make it very clear our stance on this. So,
oh, yeah.
David?
So the comment reads as, damn, in one video you enthusiastically talk about 3 to 5 year old Deku fucking his mom for like 5 minutes straight. And then this one, it's about moms and dads fucking in front of their kids. This channel is really going downhill. If you guys can't stay on topic, and what you shift to is usually creepy as fuck. I'm out. And immediately after that, I'm looking at, oh, we lost a sub. That person is not the kind of sub we want. We want people that are here for how we are free to say whatever the fuck we want.
I can't
think of us as kind of
that guy must have not seen our channel trailer. Like if you've watched our channel trailer, he may have came from my fucking Hisoka. I wonder, because I really wanted people to see the channel trailer. Because again, we make it very obvious in that channel trailer. We're talking about we're comparing series to blowjobs. We're talking about, I made a fucking Nazi joke in one of them. Like we are not scared to make jokes, because here's the thing. Comedy should not be censored. And I want to make this very clear, okay? The beauty of comedy is that you're joking, right? So no matter, like once there's a very slippery slope. Like, was it George Carlin that would, like, literally get, kicked out of bars and sometimes arrested for being indecent? Was it him?
Pretty much, yeah.
So, I don't remember if it was just him, but there was plenty of comics throughout history. I was listening to Jimmy Dore is one of my favorite comedians. Look up Jimmy Dore. He's a political comedian. He was talking about the history of comedians and how people would, back in the day, you'd get arrested for swearing, like swear words. Oh my god, indecent. You made them all so uncomfortable. They'd get arrested or kicked out or this, that, the other thing, right? That's such a slippery slope to go down, okay? Comedy should be, when you should go into it with a lens of they're joking, right? And a lot of times when I'm filming something with Thurman, it's for a reaction. I'm trying to get him to laugh. He's trying to get me to laugh. And that's what is so fun about our conversations, because we're two bros just having a good old time laughing about shit. And by the way, if you're an anime fan, don't tell me you haven't laughed about some stupid ass hentai. Like, you've never seen the stupid fucking weird shit and been like, that's fucking funny or weird. So.
Okay, so I logged into my personal account. I didn't comment this as control. And And I went as follows. And Red, you saw this pretty much immediately because you're pretty much constantly on the Creator Studio app. I went, hey, I don't watch the other guy's content, but I saw this comment. If you take a dip into the channel trailer, you know exactly what all three of us are. I joke about having a bowl full of condoms sitting on my desk. We shitpost about death battles, argue about which is better. The No My Thing's Better series we used to do. Laugh about the absurdity of hentai, equate an entire series to a fucking blowjob. Hell, we've come a long fucking way from where we were. I won't censor these two just as they won't censor me. Welcome to the internet, where Rule 34 makes stupid hentai and the world doesn't center around one commenter. You're free to go to another channel and find your 5-minute chapter discussion, and only that. What sets us apart is our willingness to say what's on our mind, regardless of how stupid it is. We haven't gone downhill. We're the same morons we've always been. I'm slightly less drunk. But thanks for your input. I'll chalk up to you can't please everyone.
Yeah, and like... And by the way, the whole downhill comment is also hilarious because, like, it's just, like, there's no... I just don't understand downhill. Like, how the fuck long have you been here? Like, yeah, I don't know. I won't go into personal attacks, I guess. It's just mostly... I think
you're right, Red. I think you came from your Hisoka video, saw how professional that video was, and that's not something we normally do. Mm-hmm. Like, you make 1 or 2 of those a year, it seems like.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to do them monthly now. I have one. Hopefully I've been fucking exhausted as I've gone down back to my last job, of which is truck unloading. But, yeah, I think it's important to, another thing I wanted to talk about was the distinction between humor and, like, who a person is, right? I hate this fucking Twitter mentality. Like, it's not just Twitter, but, like, I see it a lot on Twitter and social media. This mentality of, they made a joke. Let's say, they made a Nazi joke. Therefore, are they condoning Nazis? Like, look at PewDiePie. It's a very good example of this, okay? He makes jokes that involve Nazis or this or that, the other thing, right? In what world does that make him a Nazi? You know what I mean? Just like, if I was to make a joke about a shitty hentai that may involve, like, creepy underage shit, I am very clearly implying and noting that I find it creepy and it's weird, and the only reason I know about it is because it's fucking on and hentai's recommended. You know what I mean?
Christ.
So, like, I was like, this is weird and creepy, and I want to see Thurman's reaction to how weird and creepy it is. In what world? To me, it's such a stretch to take that into, like, oh wow, you what weird shit are you into? Like, what happened to fucking comedy? What happened to humor? What happened to, like, what happened to judging someone's actions based on what they do and not what they say? You know what I mean? Like this goes back to fucking an issue I had with some of my friends, which is I defended PewDiePie for the accidental use of the N-word that one time, right? And it was like, it's very clear to me that he's not racist because it was an accident, and he immediately was like, oh fuck. And therefore, but then of course I turn around and I'm like, but I'm also over here doing school reports on the privatization of the prison industry. I'm marching in rallies to get African Americans' rights and all this shit, yada yada. But because I'm not like, you say, oh my god, I'm not triggered because he said a word, therefore I'm racist, right? There's this fucking culture where people are a lot more interested in what you say rather than your actions. It's very interesting because the old phrase goes, actions speak louder than words. I guess my main point is we're shitposting, and it should be very clear. I am what many fucking right wingers would call a libtard. I am one of those. I wasn't gonna say it. I'm a little socially. I'm a social justice libtard, yada yada. But like in the sense of, I'm not gonna get triggered.
Snowflake.
What?
Shut up, you fucking snowflake.
Some people would say that to me because the funny part is, policy-wise, I am as lefty as you can get. I was just talking about socialism and communism a little bit ago. To be fair, I'm not for communism, but maybe a little bit of socialism. But point being, it's funny because you can look at me, maybe the jokes I made, some people might be like, oh, clearly he's some crazy fucking alt-righter. No, hell no. I just have this crazy idea that maybe jokes are jokes and actions are actions, right? So trust me, I'm terrified about, one day, part of me wants to run for some, like, small position, maybe mayor, yada yada. Another part of me wants to go be a journalist someday. I've been thinking about being a political journalist. I am terrified of this channel coming back to bite me. I'm terrified of them being like, oh, these jokes you made, oh my god, fired. Because that's the fucking world we live in, and it's infuriating to me. But you know what? I chose to basically say, fuck the world, fuck how the world perceives this. I'm not going to be a coward and back down from who I am because I'm worried about things in the future, because there's nothing more constraining than being terrified that something you say now will be used against you 10 years from now. Okay? Instead, I'm going to trust the fact that down the line in the future, I can make a persuasive argument that, hey, look at my actions and look at the humor. It is a dark joke. People make dark jokes. So I guess my main point is, anyone that goes on Twitter getting triggered about some joke that someone made, are you telling me that you've never, like, when you are sitting alone with your buddies, you've never made a dark joke, you've never made a Nazi joke, you've never made a race joke, you've never done that when you're just sitting alone with your friends? Of course you fucking have. Everyone has. But no, what you're trying to do is you're pretending like you're some better person in public. It's just, look throughout history. You remember Tana Mongeau and iDubbbz, she was getting mad at iDubbbz for, like, using some, like, racial slur, and then, like, he was like, oh, here's you using that slur, like, 15 times in a row on a stream. The people that get most angry about it are typically the people that are guilty of it. So my main point is, humor is humor, actions are actions. Learn to separate them.
Here's
That's
what I
just
want to
life
say.
advice. It's not just for us.
Exactly.
People are too
It
damn
really is.
fucking fragile. People are literally shocked that I am a lefty, like a very lefty, but also I make these jokes. There's this weird, like, invisible rule where it's like, if you're a lefty, you can't make jokes like that. No, it's because jokes are fucking jokes, and they're funny. Why? God. Anyway, go ahead.
So, Red, you know that I constantly, when somebody's like, my thoughts and prayers are with these people, I would always post one of my favorite skits from Anthony Jeselnik, where he basically says that is literally worthless. The thoughts and prayers mentality is fucking worthless. Go out and do something about it. Donate your time, your money, your effort to helping these people that are in, having this crisis.
And that speaks to the people focusing more on words rather than actions.
Exactly.
Because the sad truth is, and I'm learning this the more and more that I grow up, most people suck. I'm going to say, I'll be generous and say 50-50. Okay? Like, maybe more. It's probably more.
I
like
won't even
60-40.
give humanity that.
Maybe like a 30%.
I will not
I'm
even give
sure,
humanity.
But like a lot of humans, a lot of people, when I say humans, it sound like a fucking alien. A lot of people have short attention spans, and they don't want to look beyond a surface level. So, look at people. I mean, I can have a million examples, people that just want to fucking, let's say vote for this person because they're gay or because they're black or because they're white. That's a surface level thing, and they're not willing to do a little bit of research. Or people that want to be angry at this person because they said a word, but they don't do the little extra research that shows, oh, he actually gave to charity 15 times, right? So, like, it's the same thing here, right? Where, like, it's very surface level shit. Now, I understand, for this particular guy, it is totally fair if he's just not into that kind of talk, right? So, like that's fine. Our kind of talks are not for everybody. I can understand. There was a time in my life where if I clicked a One Piece review and they were talking about Chopper's sex life, I'd probably be weirded out too. That's one thing. Fine. I get it. Not your thing. But, like, I got the vibe that you were trying to insinuate that I was, like, into weird shit because I joked about it. And that I don't like. That kind of pisses me off. So, that's the difference there.
See, the first thing I did was when I saw the two comments. There's only one up now for YouTube algorithm reasons.
Yeah, one of them fucking said more. I don't even want to speak the words he. It was fucking disgusting. The what he was implying. Yeah, I won't say it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. That comment went away. I'm going to be completely transparent.
It's one of the few. I think it's probably the first comment I've deleted in my life. I don't like deleting comments.
Well, technically, I deleted one account from our channel because all it would do was spam. Yeah, spam some fucking ad link to some fucking virus site. I'm like, nah, blocked.
Right.
But that is the only other comment I've ever seen deleted from the channel. It was just like, fucking. I was hoping that we would not reach that point where we've had to delete a comment yet. I'm gonna be real.
Well, when you say the kind of shit he said, like the shit he said was like disgusting. So it was the wording he used. It was like nope.
Nope, gone. But the first thing I did was I DM'd you guys on fucking Discord, like, what the fuck happened here, first off? I'm not mad. I would just want some context. And
I didn't see that. Did Thurman let you know?
Thurman let me know, and then you told me about it when you DM'd me on Facebook. Like, did you see this shit? And I'm like, yeah, I saw it. I put it up in the group chat in Brozone, but apparently for both of us, that Discord chat doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, we don't get the fucking notifications. It's stupid.
But yeah.
Well, you know what's funny too, though? I do want to point this out. 33 likes, 1 dislike. And I'm guessing that 1 dislike is him. And so it's like, I'm not too worried about it because it seems like most of our fans know what they got into. You know? Like, if you're here, and in fact, I was very, very happy that I actually got a comment that was like, I love that you guys rant. I love that you guys talk about hentai. That's what makes us us. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to have something that made us stand out, and that is it. You know, like, and to be fair and to clarify, it's not like we're gonna fucking. I'm not forcing it. I'm not gonna be like, I gotta one up myself. I gotta talk about hentai every week. No, it just happened to. I just happened to think of it. It popped in my head. And a rule. I'll be honest with you. What I've been doing recently with videos, and as my confidence grows more in this channel, I've been doing this more. I used to have a filter in my head. You know, I would be like, should I say that? But the more I see that you guys like it, the more I'm just like, fuck it. If I think it, I'm saying it. You know what I mean? And that seems to be, people seem to like that. So like, that's just what I do, you know?
Well, Red, you know that I've never filtered myself.
Yeah.
I try to not, you know, since I've started focusing more on myself and a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there are a couple things that we wouldn't, you know, like obviously like certain jokes about certain topics we wouldn't do, you know, just for taste reasons, but like, to me, a lot of it isn't the topic itself, but how it's done, right? So, like, let's use I'm going to use PewDiePie as an example, okay? People are trying to say he's a Nazi, right? If he came out and he was like, quote, you know, like, yes, Nazis, they had great ideology, and I believe in them, and I think you should all follow them, and I don't know, something like that, right? That would be a very clear, that's not a joke, he's doing this, right? But, like, it's all about context. You know, that was the big thing with that. Context matters. Right? So for me, you know, it'd be one thing if I was like creepily like, oh, and then this hentai's so great because of this. That'd be fucking weird. But the entire like maybe a minute or 2 clip is just me laughing hysterically at the absurdity of it while showing Thurman the absurdity of it. I'm like, Thurman, I need your reaction how stupid this is, you know? And even Thurman was like, oh, hentai plots are great for a laugh. We are laughing at it. At its absurdity. Dude. It's just like watching a shitty fucking movie. You know what I mean? So it's all about context. It really is.
Oh, yeah. So, like I was saying, like, since I've not been drinking in videos as much, you know, I have more of that clarity to know where my internal line is. And my filter has always been very, very, very slim. And when I was drunk, I had none whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, like, you still are getting pretty much the same me. It's just, you know, for my own personal health, like, I'm trying to take better care of myself. But, like, there is so few things that will trigger me, but this comment actually did. Yeah. Because I know both of you.
Congrats to this guy, because, you know, you got what you wanted, because it did make me think. I mean, you know, like, I thought about it for a while. I was like, did I go too far? Was that too much? I mean, like, did I push forth the wrong message with that joke? I didn't want, you know, I really thought about it. I want you to know I'm not just trying to be like, fuck you and your opinion. Like, I thought about it hard. I really did.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch the fucking video.
Right.
But I know both of you well enough to know what the context of this was. Mm-hmm. I trust both of you enough to know what the fuck you were doing.
I appreciate that, yeah.
So,
final thoughts for me, just wrapping it up because we're hitting 20 minutes here. And I'm going to title this Rant so people know what to expect, because you're getting angry boy here. To me, know what to expect from this channel. If you're here, you should know that we are shit posters. We are dank memers, you know, that kind of shit, right? Like, expect boundaries to be pushed, because if any of you are fans of comedians, you should know that the greatest comedians are the ones that always push boundaries. Watch an episode of South Park. Are they fucking Nazis? Are they fucking pedophiles? No. They're fucking comedians. They write a show. You know, I'm sure, I'm sure if I were to list any of these fucking topics that people get triggered at, David, I'm sure you could list me a fucking South Park episode that fucking did some horrible shit with that, yeah?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, like,
They've made fun of it. They made fun of everything from the 2016 election to fucking the Catholic Church to fucking pedophilia. They've made fun of AIDS. They've made fun of Jared Fogle. They've made fun of literally everything.
Yeah, and you know
on
what
the fucking planet.
And and I don't watch a lot of South Park, but correct me if I'm wrong. The reason that they get away with it, to me, is that they're on the right side of those issues. They may be making jokes about them, but by the end of the episode, it's obvious that they are condemning them. The lesson is these things are bad and fucked up, yes?
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's the point, right?
They still
when
get
you're looking at
hate
a
for
joke, you can make a fucked up joke as long as, like, you can tell their heart's in the right place. So, like, I would hope that and again, it was just one guy, and the rest of them were likes, so I'm sure they do. But, like, I hope that people can tell that I am a good person. You know what I mean? Like I'm not here like from one joke. Don't be like, maybe he's no. Like, you know who I am. Jesus. Like, come on now. Like, so that's the main thing. Try to fucking separate a joke from someone's, you know, personality and who they are as a person from one little joke. Because it's my opinion that when you watch someone enough, you can kind of get a vibe for who they are. Because to me, that's how PewDiePie was. And I talk to people who don't watch him that just hear the fucking headlines and they think he's an awful person. And I'm like, I've watched him enough. He seems like a fucking swell guy, you know? That's the main thing, right? So, like, luckily, I think you guys all know this, but this is something that we kind of wanted to get off our chests. And I think that, to me, we kind of want to use this video too as any fucking comment in the future that's like, I can't believe you guys talked about X, Y, or Z. I'm just gonna link this fucking video. Like, all right, here you go. So, hi, maybe future troll comment. Final thoughts for you, David.
Well, final thoughts for me. Red, you keep saying humans, you know, but you're segregating the Wolfkin, you know?
What?
But no,
what kind of shitty joke is that, David?
That is David stacked pallets for fucking 8 hours and
garbage joke.
It was garbage, but like, dude.
Thanks, I hate it.
Dude, for fuck's sake, I grew up on the George Carlin, the dark humors. You know, I don't give a flying fuck what people think of me. Yeah. I have lived life like that for 28 years in a week. You can call me whatever.
There are some things that I would care about that what people think about me. So, like, if people thought I was doing criminal shit from a joke, that's where I would get pissed, right?
I'd be able to. I live in the reality to where I can defend myself. Like, I don't do these things. Here is proof that I don't do these things. Mm-hmm. I've been called everything in my life from, and I hate using this word. I've been called everything from to handicap to literally my entire like third grade life. People would call me retarded because I was slow, because I couldn't do things, you know, as fast as other people, because I am autistic. I got called that because I lived my life having more female friends than male friends. So everybody thinks, you know, that
doesn't make any
that's
sense.
how I swung. No, it's not. It's because I'm more feminine, Red. So that's it's like, he's clearly gay. No, he's not. It's just how the world's mindset works. So you can call me whatever. You can do whatever you want to do in the comments. I don't give a shit. What I will not tolerate is everybody attacking based on humor itself. Because comedy is the one pure thing we have to where we can say whatever the fuck we want. And it be taken in the proper context of like, this is a fucking joke. Grow a pair of fucking balls and get over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like I said, look up Jimmy Dore if you're at all interested in... You don't even got to be interested in politics. If you just hate how the world is, he speaks the truth about it. And, like, one of the things he says about comedy and why he loves it so much is you can say what you want, whatever's on your mind, and as long as you say it right, people won't be mad at you for it. Right? So, like, he was talking about, like, if you're in a club or whatever, and you say this shit, and people laugh, that's an involuntary response. So they're laughing, and you know that they like what you're saying, right? So it's like, if you go up there and just rant, people might get pissed at you. But if you get them to laugh, it's like, hey, you might not agree with what I said, but you laughed, you know? So, like...
Exactly.
And honestly, in the world we live in, where, you know, a lot of mainstream media is fucking awful. People are too scared to say shit to offend people. Comedians are like one of the last bastions of truth. They come out like, who's fucking talking about our fucked up like country and our fucked up system and our fucked up wars more? The news or the comedians? Fucking comedians are. So to me, I respect the fuck out of comedians, and I respect the fuck out of people that say what they want and don't worry about it. Like, I'll give an example. I love iDubbbz. I don't like all of his humor, but I respect the fuck out of him because he is a man. He is untouchable. Why? Because he starts his channel with the basis of, I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want, and I'm going to be completely unapologetic about it. So anyone that tries to attack him based on, oh, you said this or that, they can't. And anyone that does attack him, the entirety of Twitter is like, oh, you fucked up. You can't attack iDubbbz. It's like, has the reverse effect. iDubbbz has like a constant fucking reflector shield from Smash Brothers. Like, you just can't touch him. Like, you fucked with him and it just destroys you. It's fucking hilarious.
Exactly.
And why? Because he adopts the he adopts the idea of, or the I'm trying to think of the word, the mantra of like, I really don't care. You can't slander me and smear me because I've already gotten to the lowest point. I say these things. I say this, that, and the other thing. I'm not going to say any of the shit he says, but he says some fucked up shit. But it's obvious if you watch him for more than fucking 2 seconds that that's not who he really is. He says fucked up shit, but it doesn't mean that he's actually a horrible person. He is just edgy humor incarnate. You see?
Exactly. That's why I've kind of, started to realize that we've become like the iDubbbz of...
That's what I wanted to be, I'll be honest.
Like, we started this channel with a fucking podcast that nobody watched. We found our niche.
Yeah.
We found this nerd culture niche that we have here, reviewing and discussing, like, Marvel movies, manga, anime, touching on a little bit of gaming, touching on a little bit of these various fucking nerd culture centered topics. And I'm sorry if you don't like what the fuck we do. Find yourself another fucking channel. Because we are not going to change a goddamn thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like, we need to be different. Everyone has a thing. Like, how boring would it be for us to just be like, and on page 7, Luffy eats a lot and gets fat.
I was just going to do that.
Like, it's just, that's not fun. Like, people like genuine conversations, and I guess just like, I'm trying to think of how to word this.
You have your ad-friendly boys like Chibi.
Yeah.
And then you have us.
I'm glad you mentioned that, right? So, like, the people I respect the most in this world are people that say what they want, knowing that it might get them in trouble. So I'll give you an example. Again, back to Jimmy Dore, my favorite comedian. This is a guy that got invited to, like, it was some fucking journalistic summit where they talked about world issues, right? And he got up there and said some shit that he knew was going to get him kicked out because it was dissing on America, right? So, like, it was this summit that was talking about all these different issues in the world, but no one wanted to mention America. So he got up there and he was like, hey, what about America incarcerating over 25% of the population, even though we only have 5% of the population? Or no, it's 25% of the incarcerated population is from us. Can you think about that? That's how many people we incarcerate. And what about, like this many people homeless, this many people living paycheck to paycheck? He just went up there and fucking dissed on America, and they kicked him out because he wouldn't shut up about it. I respect the fuck out of people like that. And that's what I want to be. Okay, so I want to be that of our channel. So, for example, when we get up there, I hope one day to collaborate with different anime YouTubers. But if it's one of those things where they don't want to collaborate with us because we make too many dark jokes, okay, we'll be ourselves then. Because here's the thing. The people who change themselves to get collaborations eventually fall. Because audiences are not stupid. They will see that they've changed. They will notice. They'll be like, oh, you guys fucking sold out for this, that, or the other thing. But people that say, fuck you to all these opportunities, I'm going to keep being myself, they're the ones that succeed. Because audiences will respect that. So, like, again, I hope to one day get to those collaboration moments, but if we have to not be ourselves, then I'm not going to make that sacrifice. And I think you guys will appreciate that.
That's honestly what I've been talking about for months and months and months now. I don't want to change us. What I do want to do is obviously avoid the wonderful, wonderful hell that we could end up creating. And that hell is just what happens to these multi-partnered fucking YouTubers. Like, look at any collaboration.
You're saying you don't want to become like a Smosh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Look what happened to them, bro. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Anthony and Ian fell apart because they basically sold so many chunks of themselves away to the point where they had no control over the videos they made anymore.
That is the downside to a channel like us.
That's not what makes YouTube special. YouTube is special for your PewDiePies, for your iDubbbz. That's what people come to fucking YouTube for, man. That's why it pisses me off that all this fucking adpocalypse shit. You can't swear. You gotta censor your swear words. Remember when this wasn't cable? Remember when this wasn't TV? Remember when the point of the internet was to come here to get real conversations, to get people cussing, to get people making dick jokes? This is not cable TV. This is the goddamn internet. And we are going to keep it that way. We're not going to fucking censor it out to get ads. We're not going to fucking, do this, that, or the other thing. I was going to go on a tirade, but I couldn't think of any other things to say. But point being, we're not going to become cable TV because that's not what you're here for. We don't, money would be nice, sure, because fuck my job. But
fuck honestly, my job.
I think what I like the most is reading your comments, responding to your comments, having a community, and hopefully collabing with some other anime YouTubers someday. But other than that, I'm not gonna change to fucking. I'm not gonna kowtow to the fucking changes of YouTube, which is basically I'll be a good little boy and get your ads. No, hell no. That's boring.
Red. But let's be realistic. How the fuck can we even predict what way YouTube is going to be?
Oh, yeah.
A month from now.
You ever heard of MiniLad, the YouTuber MiniLad?
No, I haven't.
So, yeah. You know that fucking meme? The meme where the Grim Reaper is going into each door and, killing memes?
Yes.
Okay, so basically he did a meme stream where he was just reacting to memes. And that video got demonetized because of the fake blood in that meme. But then one of his friends played Mortal Kombat, not demonetized.
What the fuck?
So, fuck trying to figure out what YouTube is. The best part about YouTube is having a platform to gain people like you. We love talking to you. We love having an audience. We love having a community. That's what we want. Money would be nice.
Remember when we wanted this to be 20 minutes?
Patreon, maybe through Twitch, and if we eventually get there, then we can make even more stuff, and we can make this our full-time jobs and not hate our fucking lives at our actual jobs. But that's not the priority. The priority is making you fuckers laugh and making ourselves laugh. And I'll be honest, what this channel has done for me is it's kept me on my hobbies. I have this fucking problem where when I'm depressed, I'll just not do anything. I'll just shut down and just sit there. I won't read the manga I love. I won't play the games I like. But what this channel does so beautifully is it gives me a mandate. It forces me to read the manga, and then I love reading it. Because it's like a job, but it's a fun job, and it makes me do those things that I want to do, but sometimes I'm too depressed to get up and do. So this job, it's kind of a job, but it's a good job. This channel, it really keeps me going when I'm having a bad week. So that's really all I need. And that does not require me to stop swearing or to censor myself to have. And that's what, at the very least, YouTube, you may not pay us for it, but as long as we can keep, being ourselves and getting an audience and swear, that's what we're going to be. And you know what? That now I'm fucking thinking about the nightmarish day where they actually do no, you literally just can't swear, and that would be a fucking travesty. I don't even know what we do then, but hopefully that'll never happen.
Twitch?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, hopefully there'll always be another area to go to.
At that point, YouTube can suck my dick.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever do. I mean, I can't imagine because, I hope not. Yeah, who knows?
I mean, we are bowing down to Silicon Valley oligarchs.
I would hope that would be such a fucking backlash if they tried to do that. I feel like I feel like that would really kill the site, honestly.
That would be the death of YouTube.
No one would fucking come to this site. So yeah, I'm gonna hope that we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that's my thing. I'm definitely titling this rant so people know what to expect. And I hope you enjoyed the rant.
So Rad, Red, you were saying the same thing I was going to say. Like, the one thing that this channel has done is, like, similar to you. Like, when I'm super depressed, I just fucking sleep. I don't do shit.
Yep.
So this gives me something to do. This gives me a reason to play the games I want to play. This gives me a reason to read the manga or watch the anime or watch the movies that I should be enjoying, because we can talk about them. We can make a video out of them. We can turn that hobby into content. And, you know, as fucked up as that seems, like, that gives me a mandate to do this. Almost
It's weird how I don't
like
know
a
if
job,
you guys
but
ever
it's
had that like lazy depression where you just kind of don't want to do any. It's weird when like you know you love a thing but you don't want to do it, and that's just like, and I don't know what it fucking is. Like I have that all the time. And this channel helps
I've
me
had
get
that.
out of that. Yeah.
You know, that's one reason why when I took a fucking, you know, a hiatus, you know, that's one thing I was hoping it would bring back, but it kind of made that worse. Like,
Oh yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like,
totally.
well, now I don't even, and I don't have to do this shit, so it can just fuck right off, and I can sleep and relax and sit around and smoke a blunt.
Well, there's an interesting mix of like, if you're too inactive, if you're like doing nothing, if you have no job, most studies show that you're gonna get depressed. But at the same time, if you're working too much, most studies show you're gonna be depressed. There's this like nice middle ground of like working 20 to 25 hours a week where people are like most happy. You know, that's why I loved a
You have enough
part-time
time
job.
to have a
was fucking-
life.
What?
You have enough time to have a life.
Yeah,
and
yeah, and then you also aren't just sitting there all day, right?
Yeah.
Like, and like that's why I liked having a part-time job, and that's my dream is to maybe through bullshit merch. And by the way, actually, I do kind of want to make a shirt. So we were talking in the last Dr. Stone video about our first shirt being, you know how Thurman will say big facts, like he'll say something and he'll be like big facts. We want to make a big facts shirt.
Oh my god.
I was thinking it's gonna like I'll have Lieutenant like draw Thurman with like a megaphone off to the side, and it's just out of the megaphone, just like a speech bubble with big facts. I think that could be a good shirt.
Oh yeah. I mean, here's the funny thing. If you look back at when Jeff ran the fucking Achievement Hunter and the Rooster Teeth merch,
Right? They would just like send it out of their own garage, right?
yeah, basically out
I
of their
don't
own
know how
fucking
that would
garage.
work. I'd have to look into like the only thing I can think of is like getting Lieutenant to do the art, putting it on custom ink, ordering it, getting it here, and then shipping it to them.
There's this is leagues down the road, but there's an ability to fucking do like the sponsor thing on YouTube to where you can have like your own like Redbubble or
Yeah,
custom ink,
yeah.
you know, where you can submit designs to that. But yeah,
Well,
That's leagues down the
anyway,
fucking road.
before we get too off topic, final thoughts on this.
final thoughts: grow up, learn, separate the action from the humor.
Yeah.
Fucking go back. If you have not watched our channel trailer and you came from Red Sea Soka video, Jesus, I should have prefaced this fucking video with this. Like, fucking watch the channel trailer. You'll know what the hell you're coming into.
Mhm.
You'll understand the humor we make. Like I said at the beginning, like I've joked about having a bowl full of fucking condoms on my desk. We made Ichigo Nazi jokes because, you know, the creator has the fucking ultimate control over the character. Like, we've made big dick energy jokes. Fucking shit posted about hentai. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
If
and,
you
you
ha-
know, it's to each their own, but if you don't like it, don't fucking try to insinuate some shit about me. Just be like, hey, not my thing. All right, leave. You
yeah,
know?
and be like, okay, that was the line there. You crossed it. Bye. You know.
You know, I
We'll-
mean,
we'll play-
if the comment was just like, "Hey, you know, this isn't really my thing. It's kind of creeping me out," you know, I'm not really. I'd rather just have a chapter discussion. I'd be like, "Yeah, no, I understand, man. You know, it's not for everybody. Just chill, bro." Like, I get it. Like, again, final thoughts for me is just, it's not cable TV anymore. You're here for something different. You're here for something crazy. The channel's called Controlled Chaos. Okay. So literally, one of the things he complained about was we go off topic too much. Controlled, that's the chapter discussion side. Chaos, that's the dick joke side. Okay, that's what this channel is. Welcome, my friends, and with that, peace.